It's day 400. Zohar Pshat milestone. Okay, and we are on Mem Zayin Rebbeis, the paragraph which begins by Chal Elokim Yom HaShvi. So Kosh Baruch Hu on the seventh day, Do Torah Sheba'al Peh, do Yom HaShvi. This Torah Sheba'al Peh, which is the seventh day. Now the Sulam says, and you should know these things, that the Malchus, Torah Sheba'al Peh, is not complete until the seventh millennium. The seventh millennium is obviously after the world is destroyed, because the world lasts for 6,000 years. And evidently that Torah Sheba'al Peh is not completed until the world is complete. It's just like V'chalokim Yom HaShvi means that Chazal Chazay that the it's as if Kosh Baruch Hu got into went to the seventh day because he knows exactly when the sixth day ends, and somebody who would look at it would say, well, isn't it already the seventh day? But no, Kosh Baruch Hu is medakdek, it's precise, like it says B'chatzos and Yotzei B'tzok Mitzrayim at Chatzos precisely. So so too the world doesn't complete Torah Sheba'al Peh until mamish that looks like the seventh day when everything is complete, because Torah Sheba'al Peh is an ongoing process, which is it takes place by the development of Am Yisrael and all the Torah Am Yisrael develops, whether it's Torah which actually makes it into some posterity of written form and posterity, or Torah which just remains part and parcel of the lore of Am Yisrael. Whatever the case may be, Torah Sheba'al Peh is constantly being generated throughout history, and therefore until we get mamish to the very end of history, Torah Sheba'al Peh continues developing, and it looks as if it's already the seventh day. It looks as if we got to the end of history, and still the Torah Sheba'al Peh is at the very end. Who knows? It's great. Torah Sheba'al Peh developed in the year 6,000 after we get to the year 5999. So the idea is that Torah Sheba'al Peh is not completed until the world is complete. The Yom HaShvi. Then the world is enhanced. And that destruction of the world, which happens in the seventh millennium, is not a destruction which is negative. Destruction is positive. It's a rebuilding based on all that has occurred throughout the course of history of the 6,000 years. So the Ilkum Kala, and that's what sustains everything going forward. Malachta Asher Asa, and it says here in the pasuk, Halakim is Malachto Asher Asa, V'lo Kol Malachto. It's not all of us malacha. Da Torah Miksav Afi Kula B'Tukva, B'Tukva Tiksav Nog Mi Chochmas. Torah Miksav, yeah, that is already complete. That came down in a finished form at Har Sinai. And if you want to include Torah Tanakh, so it was completely developed for a while afterwards until the time Ashik Nesach. But that is alluded to in he completed what he's supposed to do, but there's still all Torah Sheba'al Peh, which is also alluded to in this pasuk, in the Bayom HaShvi aspect, which is that has to come and complete that. So that's he's saying. That came from Chochma on high, and then of course you have to have Torah Sheba'al Peh, which evidently is from Bina, Mevin Davar Toch Davar, to extrapolate and bring things forward over time. So you have here the Chochma, which is Torah Sheba'al, the Malachto of Kosh Baruch Hu, right? And then there's going to be the Bina, these Bainanus, which Am Yisrael is going to put into it in trying to bring it out into activation over the entire course of history. And I think here you see fundamentally again that history has to play out, and that the great events of history, which such as the Chet Rishon, the Chet Egel, all these things are necessary in order for history to play out, and they're all embedded in the Bria. So, like we say, it was possible that the Bechira of Adam Rishon could have been boicher out of the Chet of the Eitz Hadas. It's possible on some remote level. Possible the also could have been boicher out of the Chet Egel, Chet Meraglim. It's possible on some remote level, but it was an integral part of the Bria. Is it possible the Churbanos would not have occurred? It's possible, but all these things are meant to be. Just like the good is meant to be, the Kaviyachol bad is meant to be. It's all part and parcel of the, like Reb Tzadok says all the time, Yosef Tzadikim Hamili B'Chorbani Yosef B'Binyana, Part of the Churban is is in order to make more tzaddikim. And it's like he says, Talmud Bavli is the Ikar Talmud, not Talmud Yerushalmi. Talmud Yerushalmi is also created time ago after the Churban. But the point is obviously that things which look like they're negative are all part and parcel of a positive opinion of being Torah Shmapeh. Difficult as it must be, may be for us to accept that. But that's part and parcel of what's going on here. So the Torah Shmapeh was complete. But that's not Kol Melachto. It's only Melachto. It's only what comes from above. Kol Melachto includes what comes from below, which includes Torah Shmapeh. He says, it continues along these lines. It says 3 times here b'yom hashvi. V'chalokim b'yom hashvi. V'hashbos yom hashvi. V'havokim b'yom hashvi. Hot class. There are 3. But he doesn't actually tell us what the 3 is. So evidently, I was like, all 3s, it means that there's Chochma Bina Das. There's the Chochma, which is Torah Shmapeh, the Bina, which is Torah Shmapeh, and then there's Das, which is a connection between the 2. So everything comes down in 3s. But like we said, the Im Yom Hashi Do Ishtachel Amal Kamaron. Okay, so this is the 7th day. As it came in, the world was completed back then, and the world is completed also over the course of 7,000 years. Is that's the basis of the world. In other words, that things only come to their conclusion on the 7th day. And the next line is very fascinating because it says it refers to Yovel. But we'll stop here for today because it goes on to a different. We'll have to expand on the Yovel a little bit. Let's say now that according to the Rabbeinu B'chai and Parshas Bahar and other Mekubalim, not necessarily according to Arizal, but according to the as we know, but according to many Mekubalim, the world has 7 cycles of 7,000. And this is which Rabbi Kaplan speaks at great length. We're not going to get into it now. So he says there's an allusion here not just to this one cycle, the 7,000 of which we're dealing with now, 6,000 b'chad choruv, but also b'siddur Rabbi Yeva Sava da Yovel. Evidently here, this Yom HaShvi refers not just to the year Chad Chorav, but refers to the Yovel. Mikol melachto, the kula nafik minei. Right, the place where it says Kol melachto, that place is referring to when the totality of all the cycles are finished at the Great Yovel. Okay, I'm not sure we're going back to it now. Tomorrow we'll see. But the name is the Great Yovel sign, which probably will come up many times. Okay, and I saw that one more thing. I saw he brings down here that actually the Tshuvas Harash must be that. I looked it up. He does speak about it also only in Remes, but obviously in the base medrash of the Ramban, the Rashba and Rabbeinu B'chai both came to that base medrash. This idea of Yovel was a very powerful idea, and like the Rabbeinu B'chai says, that there are these cycles, which is not just our cycle, but many cycles comprise the Great Yovel. Oh, we'll stop here for today.